Breaking news for green card applicants. USCIS is dropping interviews for many cases starting now. Could you be one of the lucky ones? Find out if you qualify for this major time-saving change and how it could speed up your path to a green card. Don't miss this essential update. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I've got some incredible news that could change the green card application process for a lot of people. USCIS is now dropping interviews for certain green card applicants. Yes, no interview in some cases. This means faster approvals, less stress, and a smoother path to permanent residency. I'm going to break down exactly who qualifies, what this means for you, and how to make sure you benefit from this update. So stay tuned. First, let's talk about the interview itself, why it's been such a big part of the green card process and why removing it, at least for some people, is such a big deal. For years, USCIS has required nearly every green card applicant to attend an in-person interview. This interview is a key step where the applicant answers questions under oath to prove their eligibility. It's often the moment applicants feel the most pressure, and for good reason. The interview can be nerve-wracking, sometimes unpredictable, and unfortunately, it can also add months to the processing timeline. For family-based green cards, the interview is crucial to verify the bona fide nature of a relationship like a marriage to prevent fraud. For employment-based green cards, the interview can verify job offers, qualifications, and background. But here's the thing, not every case really needs an interview. Many applicants have straightforward cases, clean records, and rock-solid documentation that prove their eligibility beyond any doubt. Enter the new USCIS policy, dropping interviews for certain applicants with low-risk, straightforward cases. This policy is designed to streamline the process, reduce backlogs, and focus USCIS resources on cases that truly need in-depth review. So, what does dropping the interview actually mean? It means that for some green card applicants, USCIS will now approve or deny applications without scheduling the traditional in-person interview, based entirely on the submitted paperwork and background checks. Now, this isn't a blanket policy. It's not like USCIS has waved a magic wand and said no more interviews for everyone. Instead, the change applies selectively. USCIS has outlined specific eligibility criteria that applicants must meet to qualify for this interview waiver. Generally, these applicants must have a clean background, no history of fraud or criminal activity, and their cases must be complete, consistent, and well documented. Let me give you a clearer picture of who is eligible. Right now, the waiver applies mainly to certain family-based and employment-based green card applicants. For example, some spouses of U.S. citizens who have submitted all required evidence and have no red flags might qualify. Similarly, employment-based applicants with straightforward job offers, no discrepancies in their applications, and no security concerns can also benefit. This means if you're someone who fits the criteria, you might get your green card without ever stepping foot into a USCIS office for an interview. That's huge because interviews can often be delayed due to backlogs, local office staffing shortages, or even health and safety concerns, something we've seen during the pandemic. One important point to emphasize, USCIS reserves the right to call in any applicant for an interview if they find something that requires further clarification. So even if you qualify for the waiver, don't assume your interview is 100% off the table. If USCIS needs more information or has doubts, they will schedule an interview. But for many applicants, this new policy means a faster, less stressful path to permanent residency. What are the benefits of this change? First and foremost, time. Many applicants have been stuck waiting months, sometimes years, for their interview appointments. Dropping the interview means their cases can be processed more quickly. Second, stress. Removing the interview eliminates a major source of anxiety for applicants who worry about answering tough questions or making a mistake. Third, it reduces the need to travel to a USCIS office, which can be especially helpful for applicants living far from service centers or with mobility issues. So, what should you do if you're currently applying for a green card or planning to apply soon? Here are some key tips to keep in mind. Review your case carefully, make sure your application is complete, accurate, and includes all necessary supporting documents. Missing or inconsistent information can trigger a USCIS request for additional evidence or an interview. Stay organized, Keep copies of every document you submit. USCIS processes hundreds of thousands of applications, and being organized helps if you need to respond quickly. Be honest and transparent. Never try to hide or omit information, especially about your background or relationships. USCIS uses advanced background checks and can detect discrepancies. Consider legal advice. Working with an immigration attorney can help ensure your application is as strong as possible, increasing your chances of qualifying for an interview waiver. Stay informed. USCIS policies can evolve, so keep up to date with official announcements. Following trusted immigration news sources and the USCIS website is a must. One question I get a lot is, does this mean the entire green card process will become faster? The answer is, it depends. For applicants who qualify for the interview waiver, definitely yes, the timeline could shrink significantly. But for those who still require interviews, backlogs and delays might continue. USCIS is making progress, but processing times vary widely depending on case type, service center, and applicant circumstances. Another important point, this policy change reflects a broader trend of USCIS trying to modernize and digitize its processes. Over the past few years, USCIS has launched online filing, virtual interviews in some cases, and other initiatives to make immigration services more efficient. The interview waiver is a natural next step in that direction. Now, a quick word on what this means for family unity and immigration fairness. Some critics worry that skipping interviews might allow fraudulent cases to slip through. But USCIS insists that rigorous background checks, document reviews, and fraud detection tools remain in place. The interview waiver applies only to low-risk applicants who have demonstrated clear eligibility, so fraud prevention remains a priority. In fact, this new policy helps USCIS focus their limited resources on high-risk or complex cases, which is good for everyone. The goal is to protect the integrity of the immigration system while reducing unnecessary hurdles for honest applicants. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on what this means emotionally for applicants. The green card process is life-changing. It's about family, opportunity, and security. Waiting years for an interview, then facing the stress of that interview, can weigh heavily on applicants and their families. So this news brings hope for a smoother, more predictable path. To sum up, USCIS dropping interviews for some green card applicants is a major positive development. It signals a move toward a more efficient, applicant-friendly immigration system. If you think you might qualify for the waiver, take action now by ensuring your application is thorough and accurate. Stay patient, stay informed, and stay hopeful. That wraps up today's update on USCIS dropping interviews for some green card applicants. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any important immigration news. Have questions or want to share your experience? Drop a comment below. I love hearing from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.